And what better way to get to know me than through my sketchbook. Specifically, the sketchbook I last completed. I'm working on another sketchbook, actually several other sketchbooks. This is one of them, which I will go through sometime. You know, it always depends on how you feel like traveling, how much weight you want to put in your backpack. So sometimes I throw this in, sometimes I throw this one in. But today we're gonna focus on this one. This is from May 2018 to February 2019. So I finished it earlier this year. I think there's like one page missing. Here it is. But we'll talk about that later. As I mentioned before, sometimes I don't want to take a big sketchbook like this, so I take a small one like this one. Unfortunately, this is really cheap and it falls apart. I just kind of stick it into my sketchbook because it's kind of like a sticky note. This artwork from it's one of my friends. Her name on Instagram is Tay Sammy. Sorry, something like that. Tay Sammy. I'm sorry, Taylor. But something like that. Then these other stickers I got from like Mocha Fest and things like that. I like using lots of different supplies. This sketchbook is a perfect sketchbook for obviously mixed media. So this is acrylic paint. This is a tumble brush. This is a character that was inspired by one of my Draw This in Your Style characters. Let me see if I can show you real quick what that looks like. It looks like this. A couple people did it and I was like really inspired, and so I kind of redrew a sporty girl. I live in New York City, and me and a couple of friends went to the Society of Illustrators when they had a sketch night that featured punk, like a punk style, and I loved it so much. This is on tumble brush pen. This was in May of 2018. Reminds me of Hayley Williams from Paramore, which I'm obsessed. This is me trying to draw a guy, failing at it. Sometimes I like to crowd my page a little bit, especially when I don't think a drawing looks that great. Sometimes I'll try to draw other things around it just to make it look a little better. But it is a sketchbook, it's not supposed to be perfect, right? I really like the way she's sitting right here. This was one of the punk girls at the event, but I changed her into a cat. Okay, so I play Love Nikki. It's a dress-up game, probably one of the best dress-up games I've ever played, except it's money hungry. They have a suit that's like it's just so cute. It's like a male man suit or male woman suit. I was thinking about it. I was also thinking about Red Riding Hood and kind of like mixing both of them. This is a board page, but this is from when I went to my sister's graduation. There's my little kitty cat. He's right there too. His name is Timmy. He's a tabby. He's so fat and great. So these are people on the train. This is my boyfriend. So when did I do this? This was in June 2018. I was just drawing characters. That's like one of the main things I love to do. These are one of my favorite flowers. It's called the ranunculus. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's like, it just looks like a bunch of feathers in one big ball, and it's just so pretty. I also like sunflowers. These are some pixies I like to draw sometimes. I kind of create them from random, probably inspired by Alice in Wonderland because they're like cards. In the future, I'll show my older sketchbooks and you'll see how these looked before. This is Fran Nerd. Don't tell her. But I really loved her videos and I was drawing and then her face popped up on my sketchbook. This was in June 2018. I like this guy. He's so snarky. Look at him. Oh, the pixies more looked like this in the past, but smaller. I don't know what this is. I don't really like it, but it's just a character that I guess she's a baker. This was in June 2016, and then I went back. Sometimes I go back into my sketchbooks and find little spaces to draw, and then this was July 2018. Inspired by the Posca pens because I got that from one of my best friends. Her Instagram is called Art of Shao, and she just bought me a bunch of Posca pens one day for my birthday, or for, I forgot what it was for, but I was like, yes, thank you, and I went crazy. What did I put? Not good with Tombow. Oh, the Posca pens were not good with Tombow brushes. So a cafe with a couple of my friends, and we were just drawing people. I really like this one right here, the big one. I say that I want to put characters in backgrounds and then I just don't continue it. So that's what I want to practice, and I want to practice on a lot of stuff, honestly. But this is a little girl who's going to school. She's feeding a cat. She's outside of her building. Definitely inspired by anime scenes, like especially the ones in like Studio Ghibli movies. I have no idea what's going on here, to be honest. I think I was trying to draw characters that are more boxed shape in their heads, and then these are all balloons. I was probably going through stuff. First of all, I love drawing girls with blue hair, and then the balloons have like, this is like time, this is a broken heart, these are like assignment or paperwork or something, I don't know, food. This is a close-up of a girl. Yeah. So this is a Paramore song. Kind of want to redraw this and color it. I love jesters. I don't like clowns, but I love jesters. This is from Croquis Cafe from YouTube, which is a great channel. I really like it. It's hard to not want to stop me trying to practice drawing hands because let's not talk about hands. This is a Pokemon, a girl that I wanted to create. Definitely Powerpuff Girls inspired though. But I love Powerpuff Girls. This is probably one of the biggest influences in my stuff. I think I was trying to make her a psychic type. That's why the Pokeballs are floating like that. I kind of want to finish that. On this hand are drawings based on Draw This in Your Style challenge. This was Loisha's character. Loisha is one of my favorite artists. I followed her since DeviantArt days. I really loved this character. And then this one is from TNCTS. They're an artist based here in New York City, and I really like their stuff. This is another cafe drawing. Playing around with characters and style. I remember this. And I was drawing a guy, because I don't draw guys, and I was like drawing this and I'm like, this looks terrible. So I wrote a bunch of stuff on it and then I tried it again, and still looks feminine, but I think it looks better at the very least. Again, drawing eyes and drawing faces. I think I was going through an art block here and I decided to go on Pinterest and draw faces. This is all from Pinterest, most likely. I had a bunch of gray, like cool grays and warm gray markers that were Faber-Castell brand, and then they all ran out, and they're expensive, so I was like, you know what, let me just try Tombow brushes, which are a little cheaper. This was at the beach, and these are just characters that came out of my head. This was it says at home. I don't know why I wrote at home, but at home September 1st, I think this is 2018, and this was at the beach. This was another character that I wanted to create for Draw This in Your Style. I instead did a mermaid. I drew a mermaid. So of course everything is blue. It's like a ghost character. I wanted to create a character with ghost-like hair. And then this is a Fall This in Your Style that I forgot who created this tag, but it's on my Instagram if you want to see it, and I always credit the creator. This is a couple drawings from probably being at the park or something. Oh, it says Starbucks. So I was at Starbucks. This one's like a girl who has like poofy hair, whose mom wants to tie up her hair. She says, but mom, I don't like ponytails. And then here she says, time for a scary story about ponytails. And then here it says, honey, it's too puffy. And then it says, but I love it like this. Oh, that's my friend's character. It's Piggy. She's Art of Shao's character, or persona, or Pigsona. These are sketches from, whatchamacallit, Miraculous Ladybug. I wanted to draw with pencil again because I spent a long time drawing with pens and markers. So I wanted to try to go back into pencil drawings. I tried to draw them with a little bit more shading than usual. This was one of the villains she was like a rock, I think she was like a pirate rock star or something like that. And this is Akko, I think that's her name, Akko, from Little Witch Academia. or academy, however you want to say. This is a face full of faces back with pens. What probably happened is I went back and drew it again, which, yes, this says September 2018, and then this is January 2019. Wow, just a bunch of faces. Probably was drawing with emoji pen. I really like this coral pen. Hold on. But I need to get a refill for it. It's coral pink, which is crazy because pink is not one of my favorite colors, but it's pretty. But I like that one. And this is a bunch of faces. I am gonna just continue seeing more in a cartoony, very cartoony style. This is Sailor Moon. Cartoony, more Americanized, I guess. This was me drawing with the Posca pen. There's this really nice gray pen from Muji that I really love to draw with. It's like drawing with a pencil, but you're drawing with a pen instead. And then I just drew this one character 3 times, and then I colored the background with some Posca pens. This was when I went to the Met, just to, you know, practice on the stuff that I'm not good at, like hands and feet. And I want to do that again in this channel. I want to take you guys to the Met and then focus on drawing one thing, which is like the hands. So I really want to do that. These are like pin ideas for the future, maybe more Posca drawings. It's getting dark. Let me see if I can brighten it up again. These are okay, so this brownish color, bronze color, is from Ecoline brand. I bought the sepia one, the black one, a gray one, and then the pastel one, and I love drawing with them. This is like it's not Sailor Moon, but it's a character that likes Sailor Moon. So I drew her as a kid, like maybe like a 10-year-old, and then here like a 14-year-old or maybe older. I was gonna draw this in your style character again, but like I said, I went with a mermaid instead. Actually, let me show you the mermaid. The draw this in your style character looks like this. Just a little insight on some of my digital media work. This is at Titmouse. They were hosting some live drawing sessions, and my friend, whose name is Miss Zanby on Instagram, invited me, and I decided to go there. And drawing the face, I don't like drawing profiles, so I try to practice as much as I can. Practicing the male body. This is with the marker again, with the Tombow brush, but with the nib part, not the brush part. What was this? December 2018, so last year. Trying to draw gesture clowns. Stretching a leg there. Yep. Practicing the hands. Some terrible feet, but it's okay. I guess here they put lighting. I quite like this one, even though I think his head might be too small. So this page I wanted to fill, but I didn't. I just decided to go into another sketchbook. This was a random girl. Again, I was obsessed with the Posca pens. I think this is the Ecoline black brush pen. These are images from Pinterest. Ariana Grande, because I'm obsessed with her music. What is this? I can't see. Oh, there's something here. I was looking at the screen. Redesigning Nurse Joy from Pokemon for the character design challenge. And I used to draw a lot with colored pencils. There we go. These are some ideas for an illustration I wanted to do, but I did not do them yet. I was just drawing a couple faces. I really want to make this one a sticker. Her hair is just so gooey. This is, oh god. Okay, this is some drawings of Lance from Voltron. I love Voltron so very much, but I don't like the ending. Let's not talk about the ending. I like all of them, but Lance was my favorite. And I was gonna draw Laura here, but I didn't get to it. And then I was like, sigh. I wanted to do a Spider Sona piece, so this is me practicing that. This is my Spider Sona. It's called Spider Wen, because my name is Wendy. She's more like purpley blue. She is basically a pajama wearing Sona because she loves to sleep. So these are just me practicing poses first before I went in and did an illustration with mine. This is me drawing the face. I wanted to make her mask like a sleeping mask because that was my idea, and then this was what's it called? Nightmare catcher. Oh my god, dream catcher, but instead it was like a nightmare catcher because she was part of the good gang. First page, she had just a mask, and then at some point I drew her with like one of these long things. I was writing down what her personality would be like. Again, going through another art block, and decided to go on Pinterest. These are a bunch of drawings based on Steven Universe. I love their faces. They're so fun. Look at Blue. She looks terrified. Yep, you can't really see because it's all in pencil. But here we go. Then, once again with drawing gestures. Why do I keep saying gestures? Gestures. I was also at Titmouse. Drawing the male figure. That is a small head. What happened? Oh, I know what happened. I drew him here first, and then I drew on top. The problem is that I realized I shouldn't be bringing my sketchbook for like these kind of drawings for these kinds of drawings. I feel like it kind of disrupts the flow, but it's a sketchbook, right? I think maybe sometimes you overthink. I overthink. This is my favorite page because look at the booty, look at the legs. This is a nice page. And then what happened here? Oh, so this was a drawing here, and then there was a lot of space, and then I was watching, oh my gosh, I forgot what this was called. Oh, The Masked Singer. So I drew the lion, the bee, the monster, and I forgot what this one was called. Oh, more drawings. The lighting. This was an idea for something I had that I would prefer to talk about later, but there are 3 witches, and let's just say they are based off, it's based off candy. It's based off candy. I was trying to make them more cute, not cutesy, but like smaller, like not chibi, but smaller than this. How do I explain it? Like this is more like American cartoon, this is more like chibi. So these are thumbnails for a mermaid project that I wanted to do. Basically it's RGB pixel mermaids. They kind of live in like the Photoshop world, theater digital world, and these were some of my ideas for their poses, because drawing mermaids is kind of like you kind of do the same pose over and over and over again. So I was trying to figure out different ways of doing it. I think at some point, oh yeah, I used like a blocking method to come up with interesting shapes. I was thinking about having like droopy, inky hair. I think at first the idea was that they were ink. And then I decided that it would be better for them to be more like pixelated. I don't actually have a name for them yet, but this is the Pixel Mermaid for red because I wanted to do RGB. Colors probably don't show because I'm showing it from a phone very well, but she's harder edged in terms of style than what I usually do. I like round characters. I tried to make her face a little bit more, how do you call it? Like more jagged. This is the concept for red. I'm showing you 2 sketchbooks. Oh. And then this is blue. So it kind of went from this sketchbook to this sketchbook. And I have to draw the other 2 mermaids. I love these drawings, so then that's what the final versions were inspired by. And then here is just such a bunch of mixes of, oh my gosh, what did I do here? Things are falling apart. Just me trying out the stuff that I use in the sketchbook, and these are a bunch of ideas for YouTube videos and illustrations and stuff like that. There we go. And that is it. That's my sketchbook tour. Really hoped you guys enjoyed what you saw today. Let me know in the comments, do you usually keep a separate sketchbook for a bunch of different things like life drawings, still life, cartoons, realism, or do you kind of just jumble it all up together in one sketchbook like this one? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time here on Wendyfae Art. Bye everybody!